So anyway, so what I'm doing now, guys, is just performing and outperforming myself. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm looking forward to a greater life for myself. So I need to create content, and I need to be able to talk all day long because I need to plan my life. And now, since I have to plan my life, I understand how I come back to the word I when I talk, because that's how I feel, and that's how I actually do life. And every single day I'm looking forward to helping myself to move up in the depths of my life force to give much more. I have to be giving much more and have to look always up instead of down. And I'm learning something anyway, that I'm focusing on a greater way of life for myself. So what I want to do is just talk. I just want to talk. I understand straight away that no matter what, that my brand is elevating forward, but I understand how alone I am, and how I'm alone throughout life. But I asked Jesus Christ how to have a greater life for myself. I see Jesus Christ is telling me something. I see Jesus Christ says just follow me, and just be able to follow Jesus Christ, and just understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly how to develop myself. So it's much more how I feel, that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about life and helping myself to move forward. So it's much more how I feel. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. So every single day now, I'm understanding straight away that I can overcome cigarettes anytime I want. And I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I'm a non-smoker, of course. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm helping myself to elaborate much more forward, and I'm looking to be a greater way of life for myself. So no matter what, I'm learning how I need to be much more professional with what I'm doing. I feel that no matter what, that my life is pummeling down in some ways and shape and form, and I need to find a strategy to help myself keep moving forward. And that's how I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly how I need to relax. I need to enjoy my life, and I understand straight away that my life is pummeling forward in a successful way only. And I need to talk positively. I need to talk positively and never talk negatively. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding that negative talk never gets me anywhere. So it's much more how I need to help myself to understand something. I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking for a strategy. I'm looking to help myself to do greater. I'm looking to understand something that I have to apply the strategy of. I have to apply the strategy of a ClickFunnels with a MailChimp kind of email campaign. And I have to apply for that. I have to understand straight away I need some more money in my pocket. I'm learning very quickly about life. That life is different for me. And all I need to do now is just read more. I need to read more. I need to keep going and doing my nice and beautiful programs. I need to keep doing my audio programs and YouTube content, of course. But I posted 1,000 videos on YouTube, and it's still on YouTube. And I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I did post all that content up on YouTube, and I'm successful for it. I'm understanding straight away that I'm successful because of all that talking that I've done, because that's all personal development content that I myself done for myself to grow. And I'm understanding that in the next years to come, I need to double that. I need to triple that. I need to keep going. I need to make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. But I'm understanding straight away I need to read more. I need to understand that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's not sure how I feel, and how I feel is very different. I feel different because I'm understanding that my dog over here is very strong, because he never needs cigarettes to survive. My dog never needs cigarettes or drugs to feel good. And my dog just gives me the silence I need in life. And dogs are very loyal, and they're loyal, and humans have to be the same. But if you want to be like a dog, then give people more silence in life, and then you'll be loyal as well. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I'm helping myself to deliver content. Of course, I'm strategizing myself into a better way of life. I'm learning how to actually develop myself in a proper manner. And I'm learning how to actually help myself to grow. But that's how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel alive. I feel I need to grow myself in the best way possible. So I'm actually learning very quickly how to understand something, that no matter what happens, that my YouTube channel is more than enough for me as well to succeed with. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly that everything I summed up until now, in terms of everything I've done in audio and written content, is quite a lot actually. I've done a lot of talking until now, and I've done a lot of successful attempts at living life moving forward, but I need to do better. I need to do better, and I need to understand that it's just the beginning. I promise you, my life is just the beginning right now. And I need to actually help myself to understand something, that I need to go and develop myself in better ways of thinking. And I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning quickly about different areas of life. I'm learning how to be cheerful. I'm learning how to have a great time for myself. I'm learning how different women, in terms of these women that I find attractive, never find me attractive. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why they never find me attractive. But I try to brand myself as much as I can. And I try to deliver content as much as I can. I try to help myself to move forward with different areas of life. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to move forward. So my mum has to call me as well. I'm understanding over there that it's in Germany right now. I see that she wants to send me when the tickets come up online for Germany. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding that it's another 6 weeks, or around 6 weeks time, the borders of Australia are going to be open up, and they're going to open up, and the borders of Australia are going to be opening up, and it's finally time for a working holiday with my mum. But I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I'm my best version. I'm my best version. I'm a positive human being who has breathing attempts. I can breathe in my life. I can do much more greater with myself. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I need to be talking much more. I need to actually help myself with a course. I have to build a course. I have to build all these courses, and I can do it. I just have to set my mind to it. I have to make $1 online. I have to make some money online. But no matter what I do, I'm understanding straight away I'm moving into business now. And I'm moving into business by having clients and subjects where I'm helping people to live a greater life. And I'm understanding my target market is people who are weight loss, in terms of people who need to develop their nutritional skills. And I'm helping people to overcome challenges as well in their personal lives. Where I'm actually helping people to give them financial advice, where I'm helping them become more like me. But that's it. Actually, it's much more how, that's the whole point of coaching people. Actually, when you're coaching people, I promise you, all you're really wanting to do is make people more like you. So if you're a positive role model, then you have to understand to do a much greater job for yourself. But my Instagram looks nice. I understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm living life to the fullest. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I need to develop myself moving forward. So it's how I feel, and how I feel is much more different. And I need to understand something, that I'm really, really healthy right now. And I'm healthy because I deliver content. But I'm understanding that many brands and many people are failing in life, and they're never even close to a personal trainer that they can be, because they're afraid to speak up, and they're afraid to value themselves. So it's much more how you have to understand straight away that you need to grow yourself. So that's the whole point, yeah? Which the whole point is growing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself and learning how to speak all day long, because that's going to get you into a training mode, and that's going to get you far greater in life, because you're going to be planning life and you're going to see life ahead of you. But I'm understanding everything in Australia for me has failed, except I have not failed. I'm not failing anything. I'm somebody who never failed. I've only grown. I've only made my life much better than it is. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life and growth, and I'm growing myself differently, and I'm helping myself to help myself in different ways. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm practicing my schedule, I'm practicing the person I am, and I'm looking for better ideas. I can only look for better ideas while speaking, in terms of while speaking content into people. So the more I speak, the more I live. And it's more how I feel. So everything I've said in terms of life has come true for me. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I have success. But now it's about pushing the boundaries. And it's about pushing my boundaries. And it's about getting clients now. I need to be getting clients up online. And I'm understanding straight away that YouTube is never a source of income right now for me, but it can be. Because people have to follow me first and have to generate revenue on YouTube. So that is a slow journey. And I'm learning very quickly about just posting whatever I can online. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning how to actually help myself to move forward. So it's much more how I feel. But how I feel is talk through life. Talk the words of life. And I feel that no matter what, that people do love me to the point of never killing me. But I'm understanding straight away that communication between me and a lot of people have gone from this life. And I'm learning how I understand something. That communication between me and a lot of people have, let's say, escalated in a way of no growth between us. And I understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm growing as a human, but I'm making sure that no matter what, that my brand, Danny Milivojevic, is escalating forward. And I need to become much more successful. So somehow, somewhere, I have Jesus Christ in my life. I understand that's more than enough success for me. And I'm understanding something that no matter what, that people in this life get something for nothing. And that's how you have to understand something. That everybody's born rich. Everybody's born in a rich way. Everybody's something much more. But then people go throughout life with different bank amounts of money in their pocket. And you have to understand straight away that no matter what, the people have to live. And because people have to live, people have to find themselves in a better way to make money. And they have to sell themselves to people. So you have to sell yourself to people, and you have to be willing to sell yourself in front of a crowd of people, and you have to be willing to train yourself on how to do that. And you have to understand straight away that no matter what, that all the reading in the world cannot help you unless you are doing what you read. First, you have to be doing what you read. First, you must understand that reading never helps you, but what helps you is doing what you read. First, it's about taking knowledge and being able to give knowledge. In a sense, so making sure that you're never stealing anything, but making sure that no matter what, that you're overcoming challenges in your life. And if you're overcoming challenges in your life, then you're focusing on a greater way of dealing with life. And you're making sure that no matter what, that you have a nice perspective for yourself, of course. And you're doing a great job for yourself, of course. So the whole point is learning, and learning something about nothing. Making sure that no matter what, that you're doing something in life for nothing, and making sure that you're improving yourself. So for myself over here, it's about talking and giving a great TED Talk every single time. And it's about making sure that no matter what, that I'm growing myself. But I'm learning how to have more energy. I'm learning to develop myself as a human. But I'm much better than ever before. I'm making sure of it. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to grow my life in different ways. And I'm learning how to actually help myself move forward with what I have. So it's how I feel, guys. And how I feel is very different. I have to feel alive. I also let my dog in the house because my dad's not home. And when my dad's not home, I let my dog in the house to just do a greater way of life. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I need to do is something better for myself to grow. And I'm helping myself in the process of life to do better for myself. And that's it. Honestly, if you can help yourself do better and you can find encouragement in yourself to do far more than yesterday, honestly, that's the whole point. Which the whole point is be ahead of the game and be ahead of cigarettes and be ahead of life and be someone who understands health. I mean, health is wealth. Honestly, if you have no health, then you have no wealth. Honestly, you must understand that. I mean, you must understand that no matter what, that becoming the best version of yourself means being somebody who has lots of health and lots of wisdom to give people in terms of words, because words is what actually motivates you to grow. And anybody who understands how to grow themselves knows how to speak words. So you must understand straight away, I never know how to speak words, and I just know the word I only. So anybody who knows the word I only is somebody who's very successful. So that's why I'm actually understanding something, that my communicational skills is growing regardless now. And I'm learning how to actually understand something that it's much more how I need to practice. I need to practice communicational skills. But if you're role playing, for example, then guess what? Actually, it's much more how you need to role play with yourself and other people. And you need to try and get clients. And now when you're trying to get clients, then what you need to do is you need to approach them and you need to ask them questions. And then you need to you have to make gestures to convince them to give you money. So you have to understand that if they never want to give you money, it's because they are never feeling convinced of you. And it's because they never trust you. So to build relationships with the customers, first you have to be successful and you have to be someone who knows what you're saying in terms of I only. And you have to understand straight away, you have to manage yourself as a salesman or saleswoman. And you have to grow yourself. I mean, you have to grow yourself differently, and you have to understand straight away that no matter what, that life is happening for the best of the reasons, and life is different. So no matter what is happening, I'm always growing myself. I'm always overcoming challenges. I'm making sure I'm making my life easier. I'm making a better life for myself. I'm making sure that no matter what, that my life is much greater for life. I'm looking for a better way of improving myself always. So that's how I feel, and how I feel is much more different. So every single time now, I'm learning how to develop my strength. I have strength in myself to promise myself to do greater. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content. So that's how I feel, and how I feel is much more different in my life. So how I need to always grow myself is through words of advice. I need to grow myself through words of advice. I need to practice my communicational skills. I understand straight away that it's much more how it is. And I'm disciplined. I understand discipline is the number one way to make money. And I made money through different ways. But now it's about time freedom and travel, and also about having money. So there are three aspects of life. Apparently there is time, there is money, and there is travel. And now many people have money, but have no time and no travel. Whereas other people have time, but no money and no travel. Whereas other people have travel, but no time and money. I mean, you understand? So you must understand straight away that without time and money, then there is no travel. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand how right now I'm in the bracket of I have time, but my money is growing and my traveling is growing as well. So I'm growing myself in different ways, and I'm learning how to understand something that no matter what, that I have more than enough money for the next month to succeed for myself at least. So I have to do far more success than just what I'm doing right now. And I'm learning how my life is working out because I'm moving to my mum's house, to live at my mum's house. And because I'm living at my mum's house, I'm doing a greater job for myself. And I'm learning how to grow myself over here with my mum, because that's how I actually understand that Australia is done for me. And I'm learning how to just never come back to Australia. I have to do that unless my mum can send me to Australia, because in Europe currently I have no 9-to-5 job in terms of Europe, and it's because I have to get myself a passport over there. So my mum is getting me a passport. So once I get the passport in my mum's house, and that's when I can start working in Europe, and I can start doing something. But it's much more how I feel that no matter what, that something's coming. And it's a 9-to-5 work, just like everybody else. I have to understand, just like everybody else, to work a 9-to-5 job. And I have to be successful, and I have to understand that health is the number one reason for why I'm successful. And it's what I see, it's really Jesus Christ. I see Jesus Christ is health, and if you follow Jesus Christ, and you really, really follow Jesus Christ, I promise you'll have health, I promise you have abundance, and you have riches like never before. I understand straight away that Jesus Christ gives you everything. So anything you ever want in life can happen for you if you just follow Jesus Christ always. So it's much more how it is. I see. So anyway, so as I'm growing myself, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life, making sure I'm focusing on a greater way of dealing with my life and help myself to improve. But that's the whole point, guys. I mean, the whole point is improving yourself, and focusing on a greater direction for yourself is key to success. I want all of you to understand every single day to focus on delivering content to people. And once you deliver content to people, then you're making sure that you're becoming a more successful individual in the process of everything. And you're making sure that you're loving your life. So that's why I'm always growing myself differently. I'm always making sure I have more than enough success daily to love my life. So that's what you guys need to do. So make sure you understand to put your health first, guys. And that way you're helping yourself to improve. So that's what you guys need to do. So you guys need to be able to orchestrate yourself to love life differently, to make sure that no matter what, that your life is nice and beautiful and that you're growing yourself. So how to start a business while freelancing yourself into greatness. See, so I'm just over here doing a great job for myself, and I'm learning very quickly about life and laughter, and I'm helping myself to understand something, that life is different for me, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's more what you guys need to do. See guys, so I've been smoking cigarettes, and I need to tell you guys that you must go and improve yourself in your life, and you must never ever smoke cigarettes, guys. And you must understand straight away that cigarettes does nothing for you, and you must overcome it. So if you're breathing today, and if you're understanding something about life, and if you're understanding how to grow yourself through different words of encouragement, then you must be living your talk. You must understand that if you say that you're a non-smoker, then be a non-smoker, and understand straight away that it's the way forward. So for myself over here, I'm understanding straight away that since I'm actually doing much better now, I'm understanding something that I need to grow myself in my business, and I need to have a weight loss course, and I need to actually help myself to dwell upon life much greater. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what I'm doing, that I'm learning very quickly about life, and I've helped myself to understand something. That I'm learning very quickly about music composition and how to do a music composition for myself. So it's much more how I feel that I'm learning very quickly about life. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to improve myself daily. And I'm understanding that everything takes effort, and everything is effort. And nothing takes effort, but everything is effort. And where you put your effort into in your life is what you succumb to in life. So I'm understanding straight away that my life over here has gone from worse to good. And I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm understanding something that I need to grow myself, and I need to help elaborate for myself much more. And I need to do my life coaching videos. So what I want to do to coach myself to do greater is help myself to understand something, that I need to brand myself. And I need to be a better branding of myself to do greater for myself. And I need to actually help myself to improve. But life is different, and life is moving forward. And you have to understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm understanding straight away I'm very serious about my life. I'm very serious in terms of success. And I'm actually understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. So that's why I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that I deserve a better life. I deserve to breathe better throughout my life. And I need to understand something, that breathing is something that you breathe through your nose and out through your mouth while holding the breath inside while exhaling. And you must understand straight away that as you breathe, you inhale and then you hold and then you exhale through the mouth. But you breathe in through the nose. And as I speak right now, and as I do my life much more differently, I'm understanding that I have to read and I have to do business. So my life is different, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm moving forward. And I'm understanding something, that my life is much better now than ever before. And I need to help myself to grow, myself especially. And I'm understanding that in the toughest times in life, that you must grow yourself, and you must perform and outperform yourself to understand something, that life is different for everybody. And you have to understand to help yourself to encourage yourself and stay away from the alcohol and from the drugs out there, because that never helps you become better as a human being. I promise you every single day of my life, I'm learning how to stay away from drugs much more, and I'm learning how to develop myself and my courage once again to be a non-smoker throughout my life. And I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So my life is much more different than ever before, and I'm learning how to actually grow myself. So that's the whole point, and the whole point is encouraging yourself to become your best version. And I'm understanding that, so I'm understanding straight away that I want to help myself to grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to encourage myself to do better. So what I want to do is learn how to grow myself. But I'm understanding how people have a big day today, and I'm never jealous of other people. I'm just happy for everything. I'm just being happy. But my life is different, and I'm understanding straight away how I can grow and how I can develop myself moving forward. But I'm learning very quickly about life, and nobody's going to stop me in life, because I find a way moving forward. And I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward, that life is happening, and I'm learning how people are just happy, or actually they're just the way they are. I'm understanding straight away how I need to grow myself, and how I need to stay away from women and men these days, and I need to stay away from everybody because I understand something. I just have to be with myself, and communication skills in terms of life is how you do it. And you must understand straight away that you must grow, and you must be answering questions, and you must answer different questions and different life point of views, and you must keep consistent, and you must understand that. I promise you must understand straight away that no matter what, that with my music production today, I'm understanding that I can do some music production, and I'm understanding straight away that it's much more how I feel. And how I feel is much more different and alive, and I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm developing a strategy to help myself to deliver content moving forward. And I'm learning very quickly about how to pitch, tone, and how to actually help myself to grow my foundation moving forward. And I'm learning how to actually help myself to develop a serenity of sorts to develop myself moving forward. So it's much more how you have to have much more life in you, and you have to have much more success within you to succeed. And you must understand straight away that life is come back to the word I. I understand life is come back to the word I and be positive about situations and understand how to overcome situations and barriers in your life and learn to develop yourself into the best version of yourself always. And for myself over here, I'm understanding straight away that since I'm actually at my dad's house over here, I'm understanding something that life is different for me, of course, but I understand straight away that no matter what I do daily, that I'm learning very quickly about life and I'm learning how to grow myself. So it's much more how I need to read, and since I need to read much more, and since I need to go and grow myself differently, I'm finding better ways of dealing with my life, and I'm hungry for success. I'm hungry to eat something as well. I'm learning how to help myself to grow myself completely. So what I want to do is I want to drink another soy milk, and I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to do that so I can eat and so I can help myself live life much greater. So that's how I feel. And how I feel is much more different now than ever before. I'm learning how to express myself. I'm learning how to become the best version of myself differently. And I'm learning to develop myself within myself. I'm looking to find a better way of dealing with my life. So that's how I feel. So you guys have to feel your way through life. And you must understand straight away that no matter what, you must grow as a human. So anyway, so since I'm actually growing myself, I'm looking for a better deal. I'm looking to understand that my brand is growing, and now I'm growing as a brand, but I need to grow much better than this. And I need to understand something that I feel like such a failure. And you must understand straight away that I'm learning how to grow myself. And I'm not a failure. And I never feel like a failure. But I never want to talk negatively. I mean, you understand? I want to be able to grow myself differently, and I want to help myself and people. And now, since I want to help people, I have to answer questions. And how do I build my first following online? I understand that to build following online, I need to answer their questions. I need to answer people's questions. And I need to understand that plenty of people are going on TikTok today and doing random stuff, and they're getting views and comments. You understand? Actually, plenty of people are getting 22,000 comments and stuff like that just by posting videos online. So I'm understanding straight away that I have to be more interesting. I have to be much more of an entertainer. And I'm learning how to actually grow myself. So what have I got to lose? I've got nothing to lose. And since I'm actually understanding something about my life, I'm learning how to grow myself differently, and I'm understanding that my life is just pouring down on me. And at least I have a life. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning to grow myself differently. I'm definitely never addicted to cigarettes because I can definitely curb the cravings. I can definitely overcome the cravings for cigarettes. And I'm learning how to actually help myself grow. But my dad always has cigarettes in the house. And I'm learning how to understand something that today I was smoking cigarettes with my dad. And he said to me, "Why do you smoke cigarettes?" And I told him, I don't know. I told him that I'm just smoking like this. I'm just smoking cigarettes as a casual smoker. That's just a muck around. I'm just smoking cigarettes as a muck around. But I'm never smoking cigarettes as a muck around anymore. I'm never smoking cigarettes again. So it's much more how I feel. So it's more how I need to understand something. I'm a non-smoker. And I need to understand something that since I actually grow myself differently, I'm learning how to breathe. I'm learning how to understand life. I'm learning to develop myself differently. But no woman wants me in this kind of state, I promise you, because first of all, I'm never around women much. And I'm never chasing them either. And since I'm never chasing them either, I understand that straight away that no matter what, that my money in terms of my income is never something that can make a kid as much. So I'm learning to grow myself. I'm learning to understand something that since I'm actually growing myself and I understand much more about the world around me, I'm understanding that at my mum's house, I have an opportunity here at my mum's house to grow myself and to do better for myself, to grow. And I'm learning how to actually help myself to understand something that I am a non-smoker. And I'm learning very quickly about life as an individual who's growing himself. And I'm learning that Jesus Christ is saying for me to just keep going in a better direction. I'm always looking to Jesus Christ for answers. I'm learning how I put a lot into YouTube in terms of videos, in terms of my career. And I'm learning how I can actually keep going. And my life is like that. Actually, I try to make my life much better. I do try to make my life much better. I do try to have the odds in my favor. And I truly understand something that I'm still a vegan. I'm still a vegan and I still understand how I feel recently. I was eating some chocolate recently as a vegan. And I understand the straight away that I'm not meant to be eating chocolate either. But my dad has bad habits. And I need to go and grow myself and outgrow myself in the ability that I have to love my life differently and to do life much greater. But life is like this for me. And I'm learning how to grow myself differently and I'm helping myself along the way to do better. So what I want to do is be much more courageous. And I need to understand something. I need to understand much more about business skills and mindset. So I need to be reading much more. I'm trying my best. And I've always been trying my best in life. But I'm understanding straight away that I understand how I've had relapses with cigarettes. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm giving as much information as possible to succeed. And I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to understand something. And I'm learning to outgrow myself differently. And I'm learning how I'm helping myself to understand something much more. I have much more privileges in my life for now. And that I'm always developing myself in the best kind of way forward. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how I can grow myself differently. And I'm helping myself to grow, and that's it. I promise you, it's much more how I feel. That no matter what I'm doing, that I'm learning very quickly about love and life. And I'm understanding how life is different for me. but life can get boring, and you have to do something to help yourself to succeed. You have to learn new skills, and what I need to learn is new editing video skills. I need to learn how to do videos for myself, and that way I'm helping myself to grow myself differently. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm helping myself to elaborate much more. I'm learning to develop myself in a great manner for myself to grow, and I'm helping myself to love myself, because I love I never want to kill myself, but I want to help to have health in my life. I want to help myself to have health. So what I need to do is grow myself differently, and I find myself much more around a better way of life. And I'm learning how I'm different. I'm learning how different I am in terms of life. I'm learning how I can grow myself differently. But I'll never ever give money for cigarettes ever again. And I'm understanding something about life, that I'm just doing life much more. I'm not a casual smoker either. And life is like that for me. Actually, that's my life, but it's still a life, and it's still something. But I'm learning how to develop myself in a better manner for myself. And I'm learning to develop myself as a human. And I need to get myself around a better crowd. And I find myself alone throughout life. I need to go and do better for myself, so that's much more how it is. So I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to improve, so it's more how I need to actually help myself to grow. So all I can do now is just read more. I can read more, I can produce more content, I can stay more consistent, I can love my life much more, and that's it. Actually, that's all I can do. I can love my life. I can understand I have free time. I have free time to just do my will. I'm learning to develop myself in the process of life, and I'm helping myself to do greater. But that's how I feel, and I feel much more different. So that's how I need to actually help myself to understand that I can still breathe, and I never want to take my breathing for granted. So it's much more how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel much more alive. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life, and you have to put your time into effect, into getting clients and into business techniques. And business is different, and business is different for everybody. But no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to improve, myself especially. So that's how I feel. I feel different. I feel alive. I feel hot-headed. I feel hot-head. I have myself a hot head in life. I'm learning very quickly about life differently, and I'm helping myself to perform in a different manner for life, and I'm helping myself to just dwell upon life much greater. So I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that since I'm actually learning very quickly about life, I'm understanding that sex with other people is never an interest to me as much anymore. And sex with other people is never an interest to me as much. And it's never an interest to me at all. But sex with other people is never an interest to me at all. And I'm learning why that is. I'm pretty sure it's because when the woman comes in my life, and when that one woman comes into my life, then life becomes having a kid. Life becomes in a way of having kids. But I don't know if I'll have kids in this lifetime. And I'm not sure if I'll have this in terms of kids in this lifetime. But I hope that I do have kids. So sex is never an issue. I have no issues in life. I'm learning to grow myself and outgrow myself. And I'm performing and outperforming myself in a better manner. And I'm helping myself to understand that I'm healthy as a human being. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. So that's why I'm helping myself to do better. But no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning to document my life. I'm learning to have a better time for myself, especially. So what I want to do is honor myself. I want to honor myself. I want to grace God. I want to understand that this life is going to pass me by. And let it pass me by, because no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about understanding something, that I used to have friends and I never have time for friends at all. I never have time for friends because I'm moving on to my mum's house. And at my mum's house, I do have time for friends at my mum's house. But yet again, I don't have time. I do have time. I never have time for friends in life. But the only friends I have in my life is my mum and I, in terms of life. So I have I and my mum and my family. And that's my friends. I promise you, although everything else is down the windpipe, I'm going to say. I promise you must understand straight away that I have no time to go out with people. I have no time to do drugs with them and to listen to music. I only have time to better my life. And I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. So that's how I feel. So how I feel is much more the thoughts. Well, I feel great. I feel great. I mean, personally, I feel great. I can breathe. I have no problems. I'm healthy. But it's motivating myself. I have to motivate myself to do life greater. I have to motivate myself and other people to do life in a better way. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to never take myself for granted and to never take anything for granted, because I'm learning how to actually stay in the present moment while breathing and while doing a greater life for myself. So it's much more how I need to practice. I need to practice doing a greater way of life. And that's it. I promise you must understand straight away that my life is different and I'm learning.